Elizabeth Maria Unlimited, and this is Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. So happy to be here. Hey, yay, so glad you can make it today. So much beautiful energy. We are listening to, this is Self Healing Collective on YouTube. This is Ground, Heal, and Balance Yourself, 528 hertz. So as I clear the energy, let us take in the beautiful sounds. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be here today, to be of service to the collective, to be a vessel for your love. Thank you. Thank you, God, Source, Universe, to all my ancestors and guides, my animal guides. We'll be talking about them today. Thank you, Great Spirit. I light the sage to protect my space, to protect our space as we join here today together through the ethers. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit. I am truly blessed, guys, truly blessed. Okay, so let's get into it. Once again, my name is Elizabeth Maria. I come here to you live every Tuesday at 4:44 for Intuitive Tuesdays, where I have a spiritual discussion on a topic of my choosing, or eventually, hopefully, of whatever the collective wants, and then I do a live energy reading for the week. Or whenever you come upon this video, because everything is all happening in the moment anyways, right? What? So let's get right into our topic today. We are talking about animal guides, spirit animals, just a little bit before we get into the collective reading for today. And I decided to talk about animal guides today. I am in a point in my life where I am clearing a lot of dense energy from my mind, body, spirit, and especially my body. So I have found, well, actually, I shouldn't say especially, all three. but I have found comfort lately in my mom's cat, Miss Fiona. So this morning when I woke up, Miss Fiona was curled up at my feet, and I mean, my God, her purr is just, it's like a meditation, like listening to her purr. I mean, man, she's got a motor on her. And, I was laying there and I was thanking her for her positive energy. And then I thought, you know what? This is what I'm going to talk about today, about how animals come into our lives at the right moment to act as guide, to act as friend, to give us, strength and encouragement to move forward. And I believe that is what Fiona is doing for me right now. I invite all of us to just, for a moment, just close your eyes wherever you're at in this now moment. Center yourself and just connect to that first furry friend that pops up into your consciousness. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's an animal that you've seen a lot of lately. Just allow that picture to come into your mind. breathe in and thank your animal guide for the guidance, for the knowledge that it is giving. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us as we travel through this world. Right, there's a reason that people say that the dog is, man's best friend, right? So we've always had a connection to animals. Humans have. And I am someone that has always considered myself a bit of a animal whisperer. Animals love me. I love them. They listen to me. I can talk to them. I sit outside on my back porch a good bit, and I commune with the birds out there. Especially the cardinals come to me a good bit. I believe that my grandmother, that her spirit is embodied in the cardinal and comes to me at pivotal moments in my life. And then I also talk a lot to the squirrels in the backyard. So the squirrel has actually been one of my animal guides, I will say, since I was very little. So what is an animal guide? So just like in our, in the ethers, we have, we're guided by Great Spirit. We can be guided by, different goddesses and gods. We can be guided by our ancestors, right? Well, animals also come into our existence at pivotal moments to help us, move forward, really, or to give us comfort, or to relay a message, right? Or to bring us together with someone else, right? There have been many cultures. I mean, honestly, all cultures throughout the world have had a connection to animals on some level. I'm thinking of the cats, how the Egyptians definitely worship the cats for good reason. I believe that cats, all animals really, because, if you think about it, if you think of everything being an extension of God energy, then animals are also an extension of that God energy, right? And so they radiate, especially because they're not, maybe the domesticated ones are, but animals in general aren't trapped in the same type of matrix thing, even though the matrix really wants animals to be trapped in it because they make lots of money. The animals don't make lots of money, but people can make lots of money off the animals. But animals are that pure connection to the divine, right? It's that pure connection. And so I believe that the energetic strength of animals, oftentimes can surpass our own energetic strength, right? And so I always welcome my animal friends in and watch out and am very cognizant of the types of animals that come into my life. And because I believe that animals also bring messages from the ethers, right? Because again, there's such a clear channel, So, a couple stories about animals in my life, and to kind of show you, what I mean here. So, when I was actually dating this guy, and I've always collected elephants. And, for over 20 years, and, we can see Ganesh back here, but I have all kinds of little elephant statues and elephant shirts with elephants on it, and I'm all about the elephants. I love elephants. I believe that they are one of my animal guides as well. Elephants are definitely pack animals. They definitely protect their family. They, work in community. And so these are attributes that I, really pride in myself. And so I really love elephants. And so I met this guy that I was dating, and the coolest thing happened. So what we learned, like, in one of our first encounters, was that he too was all about elephants, right? And so we immediately had this elephant connection between us, which was really, really, really cool and sweet. And then one day we took a walk, we were in the woods, and both of us looked up at this tree, and it looked just like the trunk of an elephant, right? People say if the trunk is up, it's good luck. I mean, I'm not really sure about all that. I believe that the interpretations, it's really what you make of it, but our trunk was up, and so we took that as a beautiful sign from our elephant guides, right? And so animals can come in to your life to bring you together with people in really synchronistic ways, and just so beautiful. So that's kind of the first story about connection through animals. The second is just recently, like about a month ago, I had a dream. And so animals can also come through, your dreams. And because dreams are a very easy way to connect with spirit, with source, with your guides, right? Because, you don't have all of the, the energies of the day kind of clouding your intuition, right? You can just, they can just connect straight with you. So I had this dream where I saw a giraffe in my dream. Now, this really stood out to me because one, I've always had pretty, I've had psychic dreams before. I mean, I've had some crazy freaking dreams, but I've never dreamt about a giraffe. So I kind of check that in my head. Okay, I just dreamt about this giraffe. That's kind of odd, right? So within that week, giraffes started coming to me in, like some of the weirdest ways, I remember just, seeing some random memes with giraffes on them and giraffe isn't an animal that you see a lot, like on memes and stuff, so that was really weird. And then I went to this festival of lights with my daughter and some of my friends, and lo and behold, way in the back of the light statues and stuff that they had created, they had a giraffe light, right? And so I had to take a picture of them. So anyways, the whole point of this is to say that when an animal comes into your life, I usually like to say kind of in threes. So, the first time, just whatever. But if you see an animal that comes into your life, repeatedly in a short amount of time in really weird ways, then that's pretty much, an animal guide for you. So what did I do after that? I was like, whoa, giraffes everywhere. What do I do? So, I looked up, just Googled, what is the giraffe spirit guide? And I learned a lot. You can also think about the animal's attributes, right? And so giraffes, they reach high, right? And I'm, someone that has I guess, some people would consider my dreams pretty big. I feel that they're just the next right step for me. But, and so, the giraffe was definitely showing me to reach my neck up high. And then also the neck, right? That's connected with the throat chakra. And so the giraffe was all about speaking your truth and reaching for those heights, right? And so it was a really beautiful message for me, and still is. I now consider the giraffe one of my one of my spirit animals. I've had weird things like that happen with all different types of animals throughout the I get the accelerated part of my journey. One more story that I will give about animals, and this is, really interesting. Considering what I have been working through, one of the many kind of, energies that no longer serve are the way that I have related to men in my life for many, many years. And so since I've been on this conscious spiritual healing journey, right? I've had all kinds of weird kind of things happen with, my relations with men, but also my relations with male animals. And so just in this past year, I've had two animals. That one was, I was working on a friend of mine's farm in Maine. It was the medical marijuana farm, and he had this big old rooster. And let me tell you, when I first met this rooster, he was a total asshole. I mean, he was a total just jerk face, man. And at the beginning of our relationship, me and this rooster, I was so scared of him. And I mean, we're talking in like, the reality of it is that even if he came at me, I could fucking kick him if I wanted to. Not that I would. I love the animals. I do not abuse them. But I could protect myself, from this rooster. But his energy he was just like this bully. He's this bully rooster. He bullied the chickens. He bullied me, and I had to get to this. And I actually I actually did a video on it. I'll have to find it. But like the whole thing on this rooster energy was that I came to this place of knowing that I would be safe from this rooster energy if I just gave him love. I'd set my boundaries with this rooster, because it had literally gotten to the point that I would go. Thank you, Jackie. I would go outside and I'd be like, "Where's that damn rooster?" And then he'd come out running at me and I'd be like, "Ah!" It was so ridiculous. And then one day I was walking in the woods and, just getting my meditation on, and he came at me and we had a conversation, and I was able to set my energetic boundaries around this rooster. And I said, "Look, I got nothing against you. You got nothing against me. Let's, live in harmony." Yes, I love little rhymes. And I was able to give love to this rooster, right? And he really stopped bothering me as much as he had previously, after I was able to really just get my own energy instead of having that fear of him or getting freaked out or wanting to kick him or yell at him. But just allowing him to be that big old bully fucking rooster that he was. Leave him alone, And so that was a really huge lesson of really how to handle kind of bully energy in general, and especially when it's, attached to like a big man, right? To be able to send love, to not interact from a place of fear, right? So that was a huge lesson for me. And then just recently, I take my mom's dog on walks, and let me tell you that he's the only male in the house, and he's also an asshole. He's not always an asshole, but he can be a total fucking jerk face. And I'm like, of course, like the only man in the house is an asshole to me, And so I had created kind of this energetic exchange between us that, he would kind of act jerky to me and I'd kind of get off the sofa, kind of act jerky to him, the only man in the house, right? Until in a very similar lesson, I guess They say it keeps on happening until you figure it out. Because this was a very similar lesson to the rooster that had happened a year before. That I finally realized that, when Ennis like growled or whatever, all he wanted was some attention, some love. And so I was able to shift, my energy from being annoyed with this creature to, I would just be like, come here and give me some loving. And I would just pick him up and just hold him, And our relationship has improved since then. So, animals have so much to teach us, and so I encourage you, from that short little meditation at the beginning where you initially connected with an animal in your life, that is an animal that you can continue to connect to. I talk to my animal guides, I know some people think I'm cray cray, and that's cool. But before I moved on to our weekly energetic reading or energy reading, I did want to share with you guys a website that I found about spirit animals. This is Dr. Stephen Farmer. He's an animal guide, and I really enjoyed this part of the website. So, if you're interested in working with him, and I always try to connect with, different spiritual practitioners and give shout outs to, the collective of people that are, doing the work, right? And so you can send him information at info@drstephenfarmer.com. And so on his website, he talks about, so once you have realized that, just through, seeing, like I said, so when you start seeing animals, maybe more than once, like with my giraffe story or something like that. And so, when animals appear to you in maybe some type of unusual or repeated way, right, then we can look at this animal as, it's here to give you a message. So, here are several ways to determine what that message is, okay? So 1, consider the physical characteristics of the animal, as these will give you clues as to what the message is. For instance, I talked about the giraffe, right? And its long neck, and the neck, is connected to the throat chakra, right? So really speaking your truth. The characteristics are the metaphor, right, for the spiritual message, okay? So again, with the giraffe, like reaching towards your heights, reaching towards your highest timeline, right? Using your communication skills to do that, again with the throat. So you can do that. Consider their characteristics. 2, you can do a search, just like I said, on the internet about a particular spirit animal's meaning. And so when I do that, and I also do this with numbers, like if I'm repeatedly seeing like 444 or whatever, I'll just look it up, 444 spiritual meaning, right? And so I look up giraffe spiritual meaning. And what I believe is that if everything on the exterior is us pushed out, then that also means our technology, right? And so I know that spirit and my guides use my technology to connect with me, right? And so when I look something up, I usually go to the page that I'm just most called to go to. It's not always necessarily the first, but I do encourage that once you do start using a certain website, kind of stick with it so the messages will kind of, be, it's kind of like, okay, the universe knows that you're going to go to spiritanimals.com or whatever. So, using the internet is a wonderful way to learn about your spirit animal. Okay. You can also consult a spirit animal guide, or there are many spirit animal oracle card decks out there that can help you determine the message, okay? Another way, and this is what I want us to do with the spirit animal that we connected to at the beginning of my discussion. So you can ask the spirit animal what their message is by closing your eyes, picturing the animal, and sending the question to them. Like, what is the message? Why are you here? You know, once you have done that, pay attention to what you see, hear, or feel, right? Because everything is vibration, right? And that is your message, okay? And so, like everything, like using, divination, or, anything that you're using, any tool, in this material world to help you connect, to help guide you, it takes practice, right? So don't, ever like beat yourself up if you're like, this doesn't seem right, or this seems like totally weird, or what am I doing? Why am I even here listening to this crazy woman? Don't worry about any of that. Just do what resonates in your heart, right? And just go with it. And I really feel that being on a spiritual journey, you have to allow yourself to be a little silly. You have to allow yourself to, just be a little cray-cray, right? Step outside the box. That's what this is all about. So, I invite you guys to just briefly, just close your eyes. Breathe in. Picture that animal that you connected with at the beginning of this talk. Go into the silence of your inner realm and ask your animal guide why they're here. What message do they have for you? Why are you here? And then what comes to you is your answer. And so for me, I just got a beautiful chill from that. Thank you, Great Spirit. Now for me, like I get, like, I know that the answer is correct for me usually when I get chills all through my body. That's like, confirmation from the Great Spirit, right? And so I just went in, I just asked my Fiona cat, like, why are, what is your message for me? And, she basically told me that she was here to help me balance my energy. How beautiful, how beautiful. So guys, that's just a little introduction on animal guides, spirit animal guides. So, everything that is, Neville Goddard says that we are, God pushed out, right? And so that means that everything on the exterior is not only an extension of God, right? But it's a mirror of where we're at, right? Because we're creating all this anyways. And so, be aware of your environment. Be aware of those little animal guides, because they're here to assist, to bring you messages, to help you, okay? And if you guys are anything like me, then Lord knows you need as much help as you can get. So connect to those little animal guides. Oh, hey, yay! Yay, so wonderful. So glad that you came. So I was just wrapping up my discussion on our animal guides and our totems. And yes, to Ganesh. You know, Ganesh has been in my team, my gosh, for over, probably close to 20 years now. I just love his energy, love his story. And like I said earlier, I definitely connect with the elephants. I always have. So, I'm just feeling the energy, guys. I'm going to now move into our collective reading. I'm going to cleanse the space. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be a vessel today. Thank you. So blessed to be here, to be of service, this flawed vessel. I always think about, I'm like, God always uses the most flawed vessels to send his messages. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. A little bit of sage for our protection, for our balance. Okay, so a little bit about how I do the energy readings. I do use my tarot cards as a symbolic way. Wow, I just have to pull this out because this is the first card, right? That was on the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. What goes up must come down. Everything's going round and round, guys. There is just so much beautiful energy right now. So, how I use my tarot is I use it as a way to connect energetically to the collective. The first card will show kind of the energy that we are, moving through. The second card is where we're at. The third card is, based on our energetic kind of alignment, what we could, possibly see if we stay within the same kind of energetic range. The third card also usually gives us some kind of, action step to take. So let's see what's going on. Thank you, Great Spirit. This is why I do this, guys. Woo! Oh, I'm feeling it today. Nice. Okay, we got one. We got two. Thank you, Great Spirit. Okay, this is the one you want, this last one. Okay, we'll see what happens. Today on my cards, I always cleanse my deck. And today I had blue lapis and a little citrine, right? So we got some communication and protection, and we got some abundance. So let's see what happens. Let me get my book. So if you're new, know that, I start with just the general reading, and then I just kind of take off, based on my own intuition, what the cards are really trying to tell us. You guys, I made a blueberry smoothie earlier, and let me tell you, I have like blueberry specks like everywhere. It's like really weird. There's I swear, I have like little blueberries on my glasses. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into it. Let's see what. Oh wow, guys. Oh my God, let me just tell y'all that the energy is oh God, I'm feeling it. Energy is so beautiful. Look at our first card. Okay, Rose Girl, you got some beautiful energy. The Empress. Oh, it's so beautiful. The gifts of the Empress. This is all about abundance and material comfort. Okay. The Empress is the element of earth, right? So, the symbol of the Empress is the door. And so this is, this is your creative projects thriving, right? This is, the Empress is resourceful. So when she appears, you can feel assured that your needs are getting met. they are going to get met. This card shows, the nurturing mother figure, right? This is about being a good mother to you, to yourself, through self-love. This is awesome energy. Okay, so some additional possibilities for this Empress. This is a good time to begin a relationship, or this is about creating harmonious relationships in the home. I mean, the Empress energy's got it going on, right? Career and money, we're talking about flow. This is so wonderful that I had my citrine today. In work, it's all about using and utilizing the resources that you have, that you are getting support from others, and you come up with just creative, innovative ways to move forward. So, I really am someone that I don't work out of doubt or worry. I just wait until the flow is there and the confirmations. And this is a beautiful, beautiful energy. Let me see, which is one of the, I'm not really sure about Ganesh's wives at all. I know the story about, his mother and how he got his elephant head, and that he is one of the gods of overcoming obstacles. But I would love to learn more about it. So, if you know, please let me know. Okay, so the Empress is our first card for the day. That is just beautiful. So let's move forward. Okay. So for this card, and this is interesting. So we are embodying this Empress energy. We got it going on, right? The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. Okay, so this is about competition. So we see, and so I feel like because this is about competition, that this Empress, she is like boss lady, right? She is like making it happen in her career, in her home life, right? But there's always gonna be haters. There's always gonna be haters, right? And so this message is to hold your position. Do not compromise on your dreams. Hold your position, okay? So this doesn't look like you're going to have to, that you're walking through a total outright battle, but there could be, people. I mean, everyone's got a freaking opinion on what you should do, how you should do it, how you're gonna move forward, right? But guys, you embody the Empress energy, so go with your own intuition. You have cultivated that enough, even though it always is good to, maybe hear what other people have to say. This is about saying, no, you are going to do things your way, okay? So there might be some misunderstandings through this. There might be some types of scheduling problems and delays, right? You might be seeing some delays in your, work plans, stuff like that, appointments, and so, but this is a time of, anytime that you see delays, I mean, one thing is to know that everything is happening for us, right? Not to us. And so if, there's some mismatch of energy, it means that it's not supposed to be aligned that way. Or, that day you weren't supposed to hook up with that person. So you just have to continue to have, that knowing. And let's go beyond faith. Let's go to that knowing that because again, remember, Empress here, that okay? So the Five of Wands often comes in a reading to show being surrounded by people with very strong opinions. Okay? Um, let's see. So this is also about, it's either there's a lot of people around you that have, right? But you are connecting with that. Oh, goodness. Sorry guys, someone called in, so it gets like, it freezes up a little bit. So this is also about showing that, and again, if we're everything pushed out, then the Five of Wands kind of shows that you kind of like that energy, right? It's kind of like, okay, you can tell me this, but let me show you what I'm about to do, right? Oh, let me just, I love it. Right when I said that, guys, I flipped over the last card. You can't make this shit up. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you. We have the Queen of Swords. What? And so this is an astute strategist, right? This is someone who is single-minded. You are keeping your eye on the prize. You know exactly where you're headed, and who gives a shit about all of these different ideas of what you need to do, right? I mean, Lord knows if I listened to every motherfucker that thought that they had my best interest at heart, I mean, I'd be teaching kindergarten right now, which no, offense to people that do, but that's just not my calling. And, people keep on trying to get me to be a freaking teacher again. And I'm like, I'm doing it on my own way. Anyways, oh, this is so beautiful. The Queen of Swords. And so this is the sign of Libra here. Virgo and Libra is the astrological associations with the Queen of Swords. So, the Queen, I mean, she is regal, right? And yes, we don't ever give up because we know, right? I mean, look at this. Embodying that Empress energy, right? I mean, who cares? Haters gonna hate. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just, keep those blinders forward. Keep your eye on the prize. Be determined. Stand strong. Okay? This is all about, this is a woman who has had all of her life experience, right? She has overcome hardships in her past, right? She is a strong, determined woman, and she is not going to give up. She is not going to give up. That is such a beautiful reading today, guys. It's just beautiful. I did also want to read a little bit about the Wheel of Fortune because this card was at the bottom of the deck and it was the first card that I looked at. And so this is all about sudden change, fate, change, intuition. So the Wheel of Fortune, when it is upright, the way that it was when I saw it, this is like anything is possible. This is like you leaving the house with $3 in your pocket. The next thing you know, you got 10,000. You're on your way to freaking Las Vegas. Okay, that might or might not be a true story, but this is all about, just getting out there. So I believe that as a, advice, like get out there, right? Make those chance meetings, because in order for us to move forward, right, to be the queen, right, we got to get out of our comfort zones, right? Make those connections, right? And so the Wheel of Fortune also is saying if life has been difficult recently, the wheel shows a turn for the better, right? So this is just such beautiful energy for the week, guys. I just love it. So once again, we are, embodying this energy of the Empress, right? There is energy around us. There's a lot of people, Five of Wands, trying to tell us how we're going to move forward. But we know to stay strong, right? To focus on what we know is the way forward, right? It is, this is a matter of, I think of like when you think of something, if it makes you, want to constrict, then that's oh no. But if it makes you feel expansive, then that is a hell yeah, right? And so use your own intuition here. We got the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, my God, the energy is just so beautiful. I'm going to leave y'all today with an angel guide. The angels are always all around us. All you got to do is ask, just like we did that little meditation where we went in and asked our spirit animals. You can do the same thing with your angel guides. They will come to you, but they don't interfere unless you ask them. So thank you, angels, for your assistance today. Show us what we need to see, not necessarily what we want to see, but what we need to see. So let's see who our angel guide. Oh, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And I believe that this is an excellent message for this Empress and Queen energy that we are embodying. I just love it. Let me get here in my little book. I use Kyle Gray's angel cards. I love the energy of this deck. And this is all about vulnerability and freedom. Angels are with you now to boost your confidence because they can see how harsh some of the experiences that you've had to endure have been. They want you to know that vulnerability gives you the chance to find strength that will bring you freedom. And this is really interesting because, I was really meditating yesterday on, transmuting like what we think is a weakness, that we can transmute that into strength. So, whatever you feel most vulnerable about, or that you maybe think is the weak link in your own, mind, body, spirit, that is the energy that God wants you to transmute and use in the world to bring in more love and light, right? And so to move into that freedom, your angel guide is encouraging you to take some time today to connect with the parts of yourself that you love and admire. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift. You are an emotionally connected soul. And although recent waves of emotion may have overwhelmed you, these emotions are great reminders of how much you care about living truthfully and in a positive way. So take some time now to value the traits and quirks that make you the unique person. I'll say goddess. I mean, we're embodying some goddess energy here. And this is all about allowing, and by us, taking the time to look at ourselves and loving, what we think is a weakness in ourselves, or what we think is, quirky or maybe a little odd, right? That is the energy that we are supposed to channel out into the world. That is what is going to bring value and love, is that vulnerability of self. And so love yourself today. Love, every part of it. I am someone that is really big on mirror affirmations. I have like little notes that I put everywhere, like love yourself more, anything just to uplift. So just remember, Love yourself. Love yourself more than all the bullshit out there. Okay, guys? And I will do the same. So, once again, my name is Elizabeth Maria, and this is Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria, where I have a spiritual discussion and give a live energy reading. If you'd like to learn more about me, I mean, you can contact me through all my various platforms, through YouTube. I think there's some links for email or whatever. If you'd like to work with me, if you'd like to have a one-on-one reading, you can again contact me. If you want to collaborate or just like send a shout out or whatever, I'm all about creating spiritual community. So you can find me here on YouTube every Tuesday at 4:44. You can also catch me on Spotify 11:11 every Saturday night for the podcast Sex, Drugs, and Spirituality, where me and my co-host Jackie Lyons of Akashic Energy Healing transmute that energy of the dark side, right, and rise up, bringing love and light. So thank you guys so much for being here. I just love it. Excellent reading today. So much love and light. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.